This video blog will be discussing the business rescue option of a company voluntary arrangement. I'm joined today by Richard Sims, who is one of the licensed insolvency practitioners at FA Sims & Partners, and he will be explaining in further detail this business rescue option. Hi Richard.
Hello Martha, hello viewers.
To start with, can you give us a brief overview of what a company voluntary arrangement is?
Okay, so a company voluntary arrangement, more often known as a CVA, but company voluntary arrangement is the full term for it. What we're looking at then basically is an opportunity for a company to reschedule its creditor payments. So it's saying at this point in time, X £1,000 are owed to a number of creditors. What we're saying then with the CVA, we can say, and it's a very blank piece of paper, the CVA, that's one of the important things about it. We can say to the creditors, the company will repay you back your money in 1 year, 3 months, 5 years, whatever time frame works best for the company. And in some cases they might be saying, well actually all I can do is pay you back 50p in the pound over that time frame because the company cannot afford to pay any more back than that. So it's flexible from the point of view. Sometimes it can involve, for example, the sale of an asset. So the asset is sold, for example a property that comes in, stock is sold, debts are collected, etc. So it's not just prescribed as purely an income receipt from the company to the creditor. So it's a very flexible structure, and every one is different, to be honest with you. So every CVA is a different structure than anything else. But it's that arrangement to defer payments to creditors and potentially excuse some payments to creditors. They're the two key parts of it.
Okay, brilliant. And what is a step-by-step account of the process for the viewers out there? If you
okay. So as ever, we're keen to stress that the CVA is one of the options available to a company who's facing financial difficulty. So we'll always cover all the options off. But let's talk about the CVA for now, that's what we're focusing on at the moment. So the first thing to work out with the CVA is it the type of business that if it's in a CVA, and bearing in mind the CVA is recorded at the company's house, is that going to put customers off from coming to buy for you? So if you're in retail, for example, and customers will probably not bother to look or even notice what position your company's in if they're buying something for £10, £20 from you. If you're selling very high value goods and taking substantial deposits, or if you are selling to, you might say, more multinationals rather than smaller businesses, they may find that being in the CVA is not such a great thing to do because it puts them off. So we need to establish what sort of business you are and understand what sort of impact the CVA would have on the company itself. So on the basis of that, then we need to look at the cash flow of the company and say, how much can the company afford to repay over what period of time? Once that structure is set, so let's say 3 years, £1,000 a month, for example, to get creditors paid off. Once that's established, then a proposal can be put together. That proposal explains the ins and outs, the background of the company, etc., to put it out from there. Once the proposal is set, it's sent to creditors. Creditors have 14 days usually to review that proposal to decide if they want to agree with it or not. Creditors vote to agree with it, deal goes through, CVA is in place, and things carry on from there. Okay.
Okay, brilliant. The clear benefits of a company voluntary arrangement is that it is business rescue. Mm-hmm. But what are the other benefits of this process?
Well, I think the CVA, as I said, suits not every business, but suits a number of businesses very nicely within the structure. So one of the key benefits is the company's not going through a restart, so it's not stopping and starting again. So the history of the business carries on in the limited company, which means then, if we imagine the limited company as a cardboard box, there's no need to remove anything from the cardboard box for the CVA to work. So there's no requirement to rebuy assets or any of those things. It's simply a question of the company carries on running. The directors are in control. That's the important thing there. Directors carry on control. Business runs as normal. All you're doing is putting some money aside, probably most month, to give to us as the supervisors of the CVA, because you need a licensed insolvency practitioner to work on that, and then we're putting that money across to creditors on a periodic basis.
Okay, brilliant. And if company directors contacted FA Sims regarding a company voluntary arrangement, what sort of prices would they be faced with?
There's 2 stages to the CVA process. The first part is what's called the nominee stage. So we're then acting on behalf of the company to put the proposal together, to work with the directors of the company to make that work. Now you're then looking at probably around the kind of, I'm guessing £2,500 to get a CVA proposal off the ground. In some circumstances, I won't say every circumstance, in some circumstances we're able to defer payment of that until after the CVA has been approved, so there's no upfront cash outlay for the company to achieve that. Once we're appointed as the supervisor, that's the second stage of the case. We're then on to an annual cost of our time to go through the process and run it, and you're around a kind of £1,000, £1,500 per year to do that. But that does come out from the income coming into the CVA, so it's not paid on top of the CVA payments coming through. But again, all those figures are disclosed in the proposal for all the creditors to see at the very outset.
Okay, brilliant. Thank you, Richard. And if you require further information regarding the company voluntary arrangement process, then contact either Richard Sims or one of the other licensed insolvency practitioners at FA Sims and Partners on the number at the bottom of your screen. Thank you.
Thank you, Martha. Thank you, Viv.